Shalom, everyone. I hope that you are doing well today. Welcome in, welcome back if you are returning back. Today is March the 31st. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. It is 11:07 a.m. in the morning time. This is my second reading that I have done today. I did share my first reading in the community section. I look pretty rough in that video. I just pulled my hair back in a cap, and I have been up for a very long time this morning, and so I'm not superficial or anything like that. So if you are new, I just get on my channel any old way, and I want you to see my heart more than anything, and I don't have nothing to prove or hide or anything like that. So I just am who I am. So take it, leave it, do whatever you got to do with it. I do look at a lot of crime and all that kind of stuff, and so just buckle up. All right, just energetic opposition that's going on all day long with people. We look at a lot of that spiritual realm that's trying to get into you to do nasty things, and we're not to be ignorant of devil devices, because the devil does have a device and vices that wants to trip people up in the earth, and you got people that are opened up to doing demonic nonsense and crazies, things like that. And so we want to ask at the hand of the Most High God what we need to know about, and he's more powerful than any devil in this realm ever could be. So we don't fear evil, we have the power over it. And somebody in that reading is trying to get somebody to say yes through a temptation. It's very dangerous. There's evilness that comes with temptation and stuff like that. I want to say something. You know, one of the runes that comes out of the bag real often is the horse. And I was listening to a lady that was talking about her dad was real heavy into masonry and was given to allowing spirits to infiltrate his body. And he would come out of like this trance-like state and ask his daughter, what did the spirit say? And I guess he trained her to write down things that the spirit was saying. And she said they were poor, and he went into some wickedness and gave himself to being overtaken by spirits, and would write down or get spirits to infiltrate him, and she would like take the information from the spirit, and then he would like go make money off what the spirit said, nasty stuff, loss of soul and everything else with it. But she she said when she got older, she began to have like 3 personalities that would overtake her, and she would like literally be lifted up out of her body and could see what the spirit was doing inside her body. And she said her left hand would be trying to get the spirit that was doing some nasty thing in her body. She only had access to her left hand, and she said it was the way she was kind of explaining it, like it was contrary to what her body was doing, and the spirit within her was trying to woo the person to do, and she would try to use her left hand to say no, and get their attention. But she used a phrase and called it a horse, and she was speaking about her body being rode like a horse by those spirits. And the devil came out this morning in that reading, and somebody is trying to use temptation, and somebody's a lost cause and a lost soul in that reading. And my going to hell card was there, and I spoke about how when the 4 swords comes out in the reverse, it can be a card of a death of a person, death of an idea. I said, if this is a death of a person, then somebody's going to hell, and the devil was there in that reading. And I stated that I've done readings before and have explained that the 4 swords in the reverse is going to hell, and God brought out a scripture one time that jumped out of the deck that stated people going to hell, and he backed it up. And it's a real nasty thing. It's a real nasty thing. We've been talking about masonry on my other platform for the last couple of days, and some guy got on there and stated that he was a witch, and he was a warlock, and he was a 33-degree Mason, and he sold his soul to the devil, he said, and God brought his soul back. And anyway, I was listening to other testimonies, and that lady was talking about how God set her free, but her dad opened up a realm inside their home by that masonry nonsense. And people, I heard the Most High say today, I said, what is the reason that people would even go out and want to talk with demonic entities in the first place? And God said, for power's sake. But you actually lose your power with that. There's only one who has the true power, and that's the Most High God. And He is the only one that can save through anything, any of us. That stuff is nasty. And that 33-degree Mason man that was talking about his experience, he said they're all through the churches. The Masons are all through the churches. And God already said that to me before I even knew anything about the Masons. I've talked about this on, I think, this platform before, many years ago. Back in 2011, 2010, something around that, I heard the word masonry come through my spirit. I had no idea what it was about. Nothing. I had went on a 40-day fast, was seeking God's face on some stuff. I had no idea that just a few years later, I'd be face to face with these types of people, but God knew it. And God says He goes before us. And He's trying to reach out to people to save people's souls, because people are going to hell. People are going to go to hell in that stuff. But I had a couple people set before my face that were in that organization, but at that time I did not know that they were, but God knew. And before they set before me, God spoke that masonry energy through me again. I still didn't even know what it was. And now I know. I just went to begin to research about it, and God began to show me all kinds of things about it. And I found out that those two people were inside that organization. It's a very dangerous organization to get mixed up in, and people are taken by it. And that guy said that pedophilia comes out of that organization. It's nasty. And that lady also told of how they would go to the lodges, and her dad would go back to have a meeting with some of the guys and leave them inside the lodges. And while her daddy was back in having meetings, they were being raped by the other men inside of there, and really took a toll on her. And America is full of that organization, folks, and we want people to be set free if it's possible. Some people have already lost their soul. But I was thinking about that horse that keeps coming out of the bag, and she literally called it a horse, like a demon's horse riding her and controlling what she would do and what she would not do. And I found that amazing that she spoke about that, because that horse comes out of that bag all the time. How many people are being rode by the devil because they want power, and really they're powerless, so they're going to hell. It's sad. Anyway, let's get started. I have freedom of speech and I have rights, and nobody has a right to take my rights away off this platform, and you're breaking the law, and I like to say that on purpose. If you're new, you just ain't going to understand why. Let's look at the last 24 hours. And the last 24 hours, there's the devil coming out right there with all the money. He's all about money, isn't he? The root of evil is greed. The motto in this house is I use. You don't get to use nobody, devil. Jehovah rebuke you, Satan. It's ridiculous. This can be somebody who is being segregated and used for money out here. It's disgusting, and it's ridiculous. All this money, there is somebody waiting on something, on an investment that's out here. So the devil is coming out in the last 24 hours. And last night when I was reading, the word gold came out, and the most I said on one of my platforms that somebody perceived or knew about some money somewhere. And this morning, on that reading this morning, it said hidden money was found. And so somebody's coming back to do something. Somebody uses and says sis or sissy a lot to people. It's a female coming through. The Most High said they like to call people sis or sissy, or maybe their name is also sissy, but something about somebody saying sis or something like that. They use that a lot, is what the Most High says. So anyway, there is a work matter here. There is a boss out here, and somebody is using somebody for money. and they're waiting on something. There is a boss energy here, so that's interesting because these two came out this morning in that other reading as well. This word in the hidden pictograph language, and by the way, I'm sorry about these cards, they're just old. I'm stranded, and I've been stranded for a long time. I'm dealing with a murderer, and my story's long. You can just go back on my platform. But this word in the hidden pictograph language represents to be shackled with chains for prison, and somebody's energetically being used and imprisoned here as well. But if somebody is waiting on somebody who used somebody in some nasty type of way, they're going to go to jail, and they're trying to get out of that. And they've got some type of a connections, and they're begging somebody to please say yes to something, and they're not in a place that's good. Whoever that is for, somebody will go to jail. Justice was going to be served because God said so. He brought that out as well. So there is a boss figure, somebody's husband, their stubbornness being held back in something. Somebody is waiting on some stuff, and there are all this is earth that came out. All four of these cards are earth down here. And so something about a work matter is here in the last 24 hours. Show me the right now energy, please. The D and the S, something very sad is out here going on. Something could be on an SD card that has been recorded in some way, shape, or form as well. Something like that's out here. In the right now, somebody's home or somebody's husband out here. The Emperor can represent that as well. A marriage situation or something about your house. There's another pentacle. There could be a home contract. You could be trying to buy a house, somebody using somebody in this investment. I don't know. That also go back to your home. 10 of Cups coming out. A Justice is out here in the right now, and the truth about something that's here. So the truth in the right now. This is technically 2 swords, and somebody would be going to go to jail for something, and they're going to sit there for a long time. 2 swords is stalemate energy. They'll sit there for something going on. If somebody's also with 2 swords pretending like something, then obviously somebody can go to jail. Then you've got somebody undercovered here, and somebody's unwilling also to make a decision on something because they're guilty for something as well. God said justice was going to be had today. Okay, so something about somebody's kids. I get the K, the D, and the S. That word also go back to crush and mortar, and a pistol is out here. So there's a murderer out here. The devil's a steal, kill, and destroy, and there's a physical death in the ground here, and something about this issue in the last 24 hours. Somebody was used for money for that energy, then something's out here. Somebody's kid is involved in however it's going on something that's taken place, and something very much emotional, but somebody's going to get some justice in a situation even right now. Somebody else is in their mind. Well, I guess something heartbreaking is going on out here. What's hidden right now? King of Pentacles coming out, crossing. Okay, something's going to change with this energy. I had 2 Kings of Pentacles out of 2 decks come out 2 days ago, and then the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles was there this morning, and the Queen of Wands was there this morning. The Queen of Wands came out in the crossing as well, and somebody, whoever's trying to do what to who, there's a third party. These are coming out crossing. Somebody is trying to get somebody in unity for something, for a new start. They're coming back to do something. It was planned last night because we were watching this energy last night. So this person's either going to do what's right and be grounded and stable, or he's going to lose something in a really bad way and go to hell on something that's going on, or somebody's going to get fired or something like that. Somebody who obviously, so I'm talking somebody who works for the law as well. But there's something about a new, fresh, little inspiring temptation that is being used in the now, but it ain't inspiring, it's devilish, it's going to pierce you. The torch and the runes also has a meaning of justice. It's here right now. So in the hidden space is what we're looking at. Something with your boss, or something with money or an investment is out here. And it's like somebody's in the crossing of making a decision here about getting into unity. If this is a sexual matter, then somebody's sit here and just going to try to use sex to do something. It's evilness. It's evilness. But you can do, there's something about a new beginning. Somebody's spying on somebody's house right now on something, and so be it. There are 3 aces out here. Somebody's checking something out for the truth's sake right now. Somebody's at work and somebody's around your house and something's out here. For somebody's kid may be doing something around your house as well. Or kids, or somebody's doing something with kids. If the scales aren't even, it represents abomination. Then I mean, the devil's out here, folks. Something's abominable. Why is this pentacle here? Okay, anyway, that's also here in the hidden space on this king pentacle. Somebody's spying something around some type of unity. Show me this pentacle. Why is it here? And somebody's married out here with the 4 of Wands. The Hermit's coming out crossing. Somebody really thinking about this pentacle, all this money from the last 24 hours and using the mottos in the last 24 hours is I am using. Somebody's using somebody. There's a lot of it. The 10 of Pentacles alone is large sums of money. It came out with the 9 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, the Devil. Well, this pentacle is being thought about right now. There's somebody going within. Some business person is out here. The word for thorn is out here, and the devil alone has a meaning of a thorn. Somebody gonna get pricked real hard in something. Look, it wants to show up in the reverse. I fixed it in the deck this morning. Because somebody can go to hell if you make the wrong choice out here, and you ain't coming back. You're damned to hell in this matter if you don't do what's right, because the truth is out here right now, and somebody knows the truth. What's it going to profit you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Ain't going to profit you nothing. And the Most High breathed into man and he became a living soul. You will die. The breath of God will just be sucked out of you and you'll go to hell. It's interesting because, like I said, this came out this morning and I fixed it. And she was also there. So they're here again. Husband, wife, next in rank on something on a job. Anyway, whatever's going on. Anyway, I fixed these cards. I laid them down, just picked it up. And when I picked it up, it's at the bottom of the deck, but I picked it up in the reverse. Because somebody's in the hanging here on whatever the crap this is for a little new beginning. But somebody's going to use somebody or they want you. You're my connection. Say yes. All this money we can have. We can stack this money in our pocket, man. Somebody's got a connection out here. And this thing's going to kill somebody. You're dealing with a really nasty situation out here. There's a physician out here with this as well, or a judge. This is a disguise card. And this is an imposter card. Somebody who you think they are, folks. Around your work. Or an actual boss figure came out the other day. It said the boss knew something. Anyway, that money looks real good, though, to use somebody, but it's going to cost you your soul and your house, and your whole foundation is going to come unglued, and you're going to get pricked real hard by a thorn. It's bad. Or something's going on with your kid with that. I don't know how old your kid is. Your kid could be a full-grown adult. God says there's going to be justice. Even if you send somebody to hell, there's going to be justice in a matter out here on something that somebody's doing as a disguise. The hermit can represent somebody trying to catch somebody up, pull them down in something. The devil is the one behind the scenes trying to do this thing, folks. The devil is. So, again, somebody's going to go to hell in this matter if you choose wrong. If you say yes or no when you should say one or the other in a direction of something for the truth's sake, it's going to make or break something out here. That's incredible. Let me take from this. I stated I didn't have any homemade decks that had words in it, but I do have a little deck here, and they've got the names of God and a couple little things that are written here. So let's see what the most I want to bring out, and then we'll pick a rune. So the letter T, the S, and the D, and the C, and the K. Person, place, or thing, first, middle, last name, positive or negative letters for any given person. What do you want to bring out here, Most High God? We thank you for your justice. It says that the Most High is the one who makes poor and he makes rich, and he brings low and he lifts up. They work together. God has a lot to say about that energy. So anyway, somebody using somebody out here in a really bad way, making somebody poor as well. But God's going to use something for a justice sake out of the matter as well. It says the Most High is going to overturn the word of a transgressor out here. So whoever is standing in the truth in this energy, and you don't let the devil move you for nothing, when they open their mouth, God's going to overturn a word of a transgressor out here. Thank you, Most High, for your word. Somebody fixing to be lifted up that has been made poor, and God allowed it to happen for justice sake. He said this morning, through my spirit, had me quote what I was reading this morning. The Most High said, woe to those that spoil people when they're not spoiled. They just go out and do some nonsense. He says, woe to you, because you're gonna be, met the same way with that energy. It says the Most High is going to deliver out of a situation. Shelter is out here. Well, somebody's home is out here. Somebody trying to use somebody. Maybe your soulmate's trying to use you in your own home as well. Devil can be a soulmate card. You don't get to pick your soulmates. And God says your very own enemies will be right out of your house as well. But there is upright enforcement that is here, even in the now. Thank you for your service. I need to talk to you, folks. It says that he that has pity upon the poor lends to the Most High God. And that which he gives, Jehovah will pay him back. Okay? And so got a lot of people that don't give a rip, but Most High said he's going to break a chain out here. Thank you, Most High. He is. Something's going to take place, whether somebody goes to hell in a matter or not. God's going to get some type of a justice. Is going to go some way, shape, or form in a situation. Some type of truth is out here around what's going on. You have, what is this? Ice, which also goes back to enforcement. They're here and here. Okay? And this is a victory. And God did bring out a victory today on the first reading as well. This is staying calm and reflecting, and somebody is. And again, this come out in the crossing, and it's around this pentacle, this house, this money, this lending to somebody who is poor. God says they work together through testing for us in matters. And so somebody's also been made poor. God's going to also bring somebody up in something. And then some people who are up are going to come down. That's how it works with God, because we're all tested in something that is going on. This is also a hateful rune. And the devil's out here. And so whoever's just outright just using, because God also has a lot to say about people just oppressing people. And again, looting on people in a very treacherous way when they themselves, they're just going out and spoiling people. So there's all kinds of different things going on. The Most High says that wisdom and knowledge it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation it is of the fear of the Most High. Jehovah is his treasure. The Most High is our treasure. There is no amount of money out here that can save you, only Jehovah. All the silver and the gold belongs to him, he says. And some people are thieving, and you don't understand. You're touching things that belong to God. It's dangerous out here. And somebody using somebody and thinking that they're all that in a bag of chips, and somebody can go to hell over the matter. It's dumb. It's crazy. And the devil is nothing but a deception. All he wants is your soul. This tells people to stay calm, make a right choice, because somebody's soul is on the line out here. Whatever's taking place in the last 24 hours with some murderous things, somebody's trying to use somebody. Somebody knows the truth about it, and there's going to be justice for it, because twice it's come out today. And whatever's taking place in somebody's home, it's going to be a victory for those of you who stand in the truth. So there could be an eyewitness, or somebody's name could start with an I, or anyway, all these letters are out here. All right, folks, so this is what come out. If anybody is willing to help in any way, shape, or form, or any information about my situation, my information is down below, and I am in Kansas City, Missouri, and you can find out a lot about my story on the platform. I have been treated very wrongly. And God is going to give me justice. Nobody has a right to use another person to be some demonic nonsense on a person's life just because they crazy and infiltrated with maggots in their brain. We shouldn't have to put up with people like that, folks. We shouldn't. And some of us have been hurt in a really bad freaking way. And it's wrong. And I stand with all of you who are also dealing with people who have used you in a really nasty way. If you're being tempted out here, and you're sitting in here and God's saying you better think about whatever you're fixing to try to do. You better check all your resources and whatever's going on with this temptation out here, because again, that 4 swords is in the reverse. You can lose your soul for something out here. That pentacle belongs to God, not somebody's like, hey, get up in here. You got some power. Let's do something on. God said there's going to be justice for something. This is past energy. Justice is coming today. And there's also a house fire situation out here as well. The house fire card is there, and the torch is here as well. So whatever it is for you, God says you better think you're going to get a victory, then you're going to stand in the truth alone. And so anyway, if you are able to help, my information is down below. I did get another day to sleep in a bed. I have been off and on sleeping in my broken down car that a dirty mechanic laid their hands on purpose. And I've been stranded here. Calling out, and it's disgusting that nobody comes and helps me. It's disgusting. It's foul and disgusting. God's going to give justice for this. But somebody came through last night, and I was able to pay for another day of stay and sleep in a bed for tonight. And so if you're listening, thank you very much. Any person who's ever come along, thank you very much for helping me. If you are able to help in any way, shape, or form, thank you very much. My information is down below. This is what come out. Until next time, shalom. Stay in peace.